So William Scull has just beaten Vladimir Shishkin to officially become the new super middleweight IBF world champion. And yes, let's be real. How were these two actually fighting for the belt? I don't know how the IBF actually decide who their mandatories are. But, overall, it was a competitive fight. It was. And it was a decent watch. But it was not a world level fight. There's no way that was a world level fight whatsoever. It was not. Like, you will not look at that and you will not look at the fight. You will not look at the production and think, oh, yeah, this is a big world title fight. These two are two, top world level guys going at it. You will not think that at all. You will not. And that's the thing, because it wasn't really. Neither guy at world level, neither guy are on bloody Canelo's level. I mean, I'd hope Scull beats Canelo, but at the end of the day, it's not going to happen. Canelo's level's above it. And, in the super middleweight division, William Scull does not beat people like David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. He's not on their level. Demetrius Andrade, he's not on those guys' level. He's not at all. And I think overall, that was a pretty joke fight, if we're being completely honest. But it was a decent watch, to be fair. It was competitive. Both guys went at it in a good competitive fight. William Scull's definitely the right winner, in my opinion. I've seen the odd few people that have Shishkin up, but the reality is Scull won the fight. He boxed, he boxed one on the back foot. That's what happened. Scull boxed one on the back foot in that fight. This is how I scored it. So I scored round 1 Scull, or all 10-9, by the way. Round 1 Scull, round 2 Scull, round 3 Scull, round 4 Scull, round 5 Shishkin, round 6 Scull, round 7 Shishkin, round 8 Shishkin, round 9 Scull, round 10 Scull, round 11 Shishkin, and round 12 Shishkin. So 115, 113 Scull, I think, is the fair scorecard. It was close. It was. Shishkin's good forward pressure was good, and Shishkin was, Vladimir Shishkin was grumming his way into the fight, putting the pressure on Scull. It was a bit messy at times in the last two, though, but I think that's kind of what ended up favoring Shishkin. Scull liked to stick to the boxing and, liked to pick his shots quite well on the back foot. And, like to stay and, quite like to stay smart. But Shishkin was putting the pressure on well at times and was able to connect quite well. And I thought Scull's counter jab was pretty good today, though. Scull's counter jab was pretty good in that fight and caught Shishkin off guard with it at times as Shishkin walked into the jab. But, yeah, Scull at times, Scull doesn't really have any power at all, if we're being honest. Like, he found it difficult to keep Shishkin off him. And if he's Canelo's next opponent, I worry for him. Because he's not going to be able to keep a good forward pressure guy like Canelo coming off him. And Skull's not really going to be able to land a shot. Skull's a decent counter puncher. He is. Skull's counters are pretty good. The backhand counters of Scull as well on the back foot. And, the pivots, the angle changes of Scull were decent as well. But at times, Shishkin was able to wear him out at times and get to him and made it a scrappy fight at times. And that is what really did favor Shishkin, as that is where he was able to get his good work going in that fight. And that's the thing. In the last few rounds, he really got his work going well, Vladimir Shishkin, and did start to trouble William Scull a bit. And I feel like William Scull got more tired as the fight went on as well, especially the forward pressure at times. It did catch up to him. It did. But, Scull was good at staying composed at times in the fight, though. Most of the fight anyway. And was able to pick Shishkin off when he was coming in. But again, Shishkin was able to land some decent shots to the body, then up top. But, it was a competitive fight. It was a competitive fight. It did have you on the edge of your seat at times, though, to be fair. But neither guy are at that world level. Neither guy are at that elite world level. And that should not have been for a world title fight. Simple as that. It should not have been for a world title. But, yeah, again, just neither guy really showed any big power. Neither guy showed... I mean, it's like... Scull never was able to get Shishkin's respect from his power. And that's worrying against these elite level guys. Because like Canelo, obviously he's not on a great knockout streak at the moment. So I have criticized Canelo because it does look like his power's slightly gone down. Benavidez is a big hitter. Caleb Plant's a big hitter. And I feel like Skull's going to be in trouble against those guys. That's the thing. Scull hasn't got enough power or hasn't got or isn't skillful enough to gain respect. There's no way he's going to be able to outbox these top guys in the super middleweight division. There is no way that Scull can do that. And, Scull is a decent level boxer. He is. He has got some decent skill, but it's nowhere near the level you have to be to actually be at the top of the division. But somehow William Scull is the second top guy in the division because he's got the belt. But the IBF just make no sense. Like, Scull wouldn't get past Mbile. He would not get past Mbile. He wouldn't be able to do anything with Mbile. And Mbile might actually be next in line for the title, actually. Scull wouldn't do anything with Pacheco. He would do nothing with Diego Pacheco. And I know that for a fact. He wouldn't be able to do enough with either of them. Jaime Munguia, he's break William Scull down. He would brutally break William Scull down. William Scull has not got the power to keep any of these guys off him and isn't as skillful as these guys. Yes, he was able to box well and, look decent at good times in that fight. But when he's fighting these real high-level guys, he's not going to look good at all. He's not going to look good at all. He's a tough man, though. He's got a good chin on him. He is a tough man. But he's not going to be able to gain any of these guys' respect with his general skill and with any of his power because he hasn't got any power. That's the thing. But, in the end, though, in that fight, Scull was able to outsmart Shishkin. He was. Shishkin just wasn't really fighting too smart in that fight at all, to be fair. He just tried to make it as scrappy as possible, and that's how he was able to get his success. It's as simple as that. There wasn't any high-level stuff that went on there, and it's beyond me how those two guys are actually top of some guys in that division. It's just unreal, in my opinion. Just doesn't make any sense. Just does not make any sense whatsoever, if I'm being completely honest with you. But it is what it is. William Scull's a world champion now. He's going to lose in his first defense, whoever it's against. I want to see the Mbile fight. I don't want to see it fight Canelo. That'd be painful to watch. Mbile should crush him, though, for being real, though. Mbile should crush William Scull. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'll speak to you on the next one.